Welcome to the BVTV network, coming from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. It's always easy to be wise after the fact, isn't it? All too often, starting or growing a business means you get deeply involved in the daily technical or the administration minutiae, and you forget that it all started with your dream. Don't let that happen. Let's help you either regain or refresh that thinking that started on your exciting journey. Let's meet someone who is living her dream. She's the dog mystic, Cherie Marquez. Welcome, Cherie.
Thank you so much. Welcome.
Yeah,
Happy to be here.
I know you're in Florida, but what I am absolutely fascinated about is what is that net behind you?
That is an extra large dream catcher. So just to bring all the peace and good luck and harmony into my home.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So do you go running around the rooms and everything, catching the dreams?
Nope. No. I'm fast asleep. So whatever it needs to do, it does.
That's a lovely thing. I think that's fantastic. Yeah. Viewers and listeners, my BVTV chat with Cherie will be in 3 parts. First, I'll ask her about overcoming the challenges of business today. In part 2, I'll ask her about making dreams a reality. Perhaps we can talk about that big dream catcher too. And in part 3, we'll talk about the need for lifelong learning to achieve your dream. But first, Cherie, can you briefly tell us who is Cherie Marquez and what's this about the dog mystic?
So I am the dog mystic, and my love for animals began when I was born. I was lucky enough to be around dogs and birds and cats and every kind of animal possible. And pretty much ever since I was 5 years old, I knew I wanted to work with animals. Of course, when I was that young, I was like, oh, I want to be a veterinarian, but there's too much emotion and there's too many emotional things that you have to go through. And plus the schooling was is extremely difficult. So I went to college for elementary education. And when I graduated, I didn't want to be a teacher. And then I got an outside sales job, commission-based only. That wasn't working out because I was a teacher and was teaching all the people underneath me. So I found an ad in the paper 20 years ago, and it was for a dog trainer. So it was actually to either be a dog trainer or to do the sales of the dog training programs. So of course they wanted to hire me for the sales, but I'm like, no. You look at my education background. You need to teach me how to be a dog trainer. So that's where it all began. And I love what I'm doing. So rewarding.
Tell me, what's the difference between the dog mystic and the dog whisperer?
Question. So the dog mystic goes through problem solving, commands, just how to keep your dog well behaved. Whereas myself, the dog mystic, does all of that as well and brings peace to the home and helps with the problems and teaches people exactly what to do, but also to teach people how to build that connection with their dog on the soul level. Because dogs are angels. They're angels put on this earth to bring us into that present moment. So I give you different activities and techniques to do to just take some time. Put your phones down. Don't worry about a thing and allow your dogs to pull you into that moment. So your monkey mind is not taking over where you're thinking about the past or thinking about the future. So
yeah, it's been really interesting and it's slightly worrying, I've got to say, of how many dogs have been purchased by people in the UK during the pandemic, as a friend, or and the price of dogs has gone enormous. I just hope that people can remember that a dog is for life and not for Christmas, or not for the pandemic, as we move on. Cherie, let's move on to part one. People have many enormous personal and business challenges at the moment, some of them even merging together to be even more challenging. What's your personal philosophy here, and how do you suggest people go about overcoming their challenges?
This is an unprecedented time that we're going through, and we had to deal with so many changes in such a short amount of time. And that's where the animals help certain situations, because they allow us to enjoy, enjoy being home, and petting a dog or cat actually lowers your blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more or less just allowing your feelings, allowing the feelings that you're going through, and don't beat yourself up for whatever you're feeling, the stress that you're feeling, or the overwhelm.
Yeah. I often think that the discipline that you've got to do of looking after a dog, take them for a walk, doing all the food, talking, grooming, whatever it may be, is a very good relaxation, isn't it?
Yes, because it's the routine. It's the routine of everything, because so many people are out of the routine of going to the office and wake up and everything like that. And working from home is definitely a huge difference and a challenge. I mean, I have enjoyed being home more, for sure. But definitely the routine is extremely important, because instead of having too much time to wallow in, like, oh my gosh, the stress and the anxiety and what's going on with my life, then at least the animals take you into that need of feeding them and walking and playing and training and everything. So it's the extra emotional support that the animals give, as well as the people in your household.
Yeah. Can I just ask then, do we have to be careful, though, that we may treat our dogs as a therapist, but have we got to be careful that we don't transfer our worries and our challenges to the dog to make it anxious?
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about the dogs, is they have a sixth sense. They know exactly what's going on. They can pick up on people's energy in a split second. So they know that they know when they're needed. They know when they need to give that emotional support of coming over, and like my dog Emma, she'll come whenever she wants the attention. She'll put her snout here and push up. So I mean, like, that's the beautiful thing, because when they are when a person is going through a lot of emotions, if they have that bond with their animal, that animal knows to come over and snap them out of that emotional turmoil that they're going through. So that's the beautiful thing.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that one. Yeah. Cherie, before we move to part two, let me just remind everyone of your website URL, which obviously viewers you can see on the screen behind me, but for listeners, let me spell that out. It's all the W's, the dog. Now you can spell dog, everybody, can't you? The dog Mystic, MYSTIC, thedogmystic.com. Go there and find out about Cherie's excellent courses. Now, I went there and I got a sharp intake of breath as the dog welcoming home, there's a picture there of a dog welcoming home a new baby. It was identical to our dog and great pal Harvey, who sadly left us just a few weeks ago to go across the Rainbow Bridge. After 14 and a half years, it was quite a sharp intake because I'm not over that, neither is my wife. Right, part two. Now, I love the film Mamma Mia, especially when it's a rainy day. And I love the song I Have a Dream. You'll be delighted to hear, though, Cherie, I won't try and sing it for you, but everyone starts out with a dream. And if they're not careful, it can become a nightmare. Cherie, you believe in doing everything to make the dream happen. Can it really become a reality, or does it just go on being a never-ending dream? What's your advice here?
I believe it is so important to make it happen. If you have a dream of whatever it is, just do whatever it takes, because you can do anything you put your mind to. And when you have a dream to do whatever job it is that you want to do, then the joy that you get from doing it and everything falls into place. So just follow your dream. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise and steer you in a different direction, because you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be fulfilled. And when you're not fulfilled, then that boredom and like dread of like, oh, I have to wake up and I have to go here. I mean, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Life is too short. And I mean, especially in this, in quarantine and in this pandemic, that is the most important thing that you need to learn from this is life is too short and do what you love. Live your dream.
I'm fascinated. Should we all have a dream catcher, a big dream catcher like yours in our bedroom?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Does it work for you? Come on now. Let's be straight about it. Does it work for you?
I'm gonna say it does. I mean, like, you know, I didn't have any like nightmares or like, you know, any negative dreams before, but you know, it's the environment. It's the environment that you put yourself in, because this is my bedroom. So during the quarantine, I was doing virtual school with my son. So we were doing it here. So the stress of school and working remotely from home, whether it was online classes or to build my online courses, you know, I mean, like you need to bring the peace to your environment. So I think that's very, very important.
I think that totally with you there, because I'm fortunate we've got our own studio here that we built and everything within our household. But a lot of people are working in a fractious area. You know, they're having to maybe work at the kitchen table, take it off for lunch, work again in the afternoon, take it off for dinner. You know, television shouting the one way, kids. It's you know, it's been hard for them to follow their dream, I would suggest, because of that environment, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. It's a total change, total difference. And that's why you just have to go with the flow and not just not obsess about change.
Yeah.
Because there's been so like way too much change.
I'm definitely thinking about having a dream catcher. Now, my final part, Cherie, is I'm passionate about my personal learning, perhaps too passionate if you see the space that my books take up. But that learning is not just for my job, but because I'm naturally curious and I love to learn. Yet I know of so many business people who say, well, I've been in business for X number of years and I don't need to learn anything more. I think they're daft, but what's your thoughts on learning?
Well, first, you can never have too many books. And the minute that you stop learning, you die. I mean, like, it's the truth. My great aunt, she started college with her daughter. And I think she started at 40 years old, and she got her bachelor's, she got her master's, she went to her PhD, she became a teacher. So it's never too late. It's never too late. And just keep learning.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, there's so much knowledge, there's so many things to learn in this world. So
yeah, I also suggest that you don't narrow your learning. If you're only interested in, should we say, maths or something like that, or mathematics, you only focus on math. Widen your learning. Do you think that's more sensible?
Yes. Whatever whatever is giving you that burning desire of like, ooh, I never knew about this, and let's just go observe and see what's out there. Because this world is way too large to not discover what's there.
My learning was a little bit like our dog Harvey when he was alive. I'd take him out for a walk and we'd go chasing after one rabbit, one direction, then he'd see another one, chase after that direction. And I think my learning is a bit as erratic as that, but
Me too.
Yeah,
totally.
It's nice. It's just nice to embrace it all, because it takes you into those new and unfound directions. In these times of such depressing news and uncertainty, we all need a boost of hope and energy. And I trust you found, like me, that has come from our visit to Florida today to meet the dog mystic, Cherie Marquez. Thanks for letting us meet you today, Cherie.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. It was fabulous.